What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the XDefiant community has been kind of in a more negative state recently. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like the community has been very doom and gloom, especially after the article that, recently dropped by Tom Henderson, kind of describing the situation that the developers are currently in and the possibilities of the future of this game. And a lot of people are worried. A lot of people don't have hope. But I wanted to come to you guys today because I know I left off on a interesting note. A lot of people think that I don't believe in the success of XDefiant anymore, but I only wanted to showcase this information to you guys just so everybody can have the knowledge, so you guys are in the loop. I don't want anybody, not understanding what the possibilities of this game are. I wanted everybody to go ahead and be informed. But I still see tons of potential for XDefiant, a very bright future, and Mark Rubin coming out on Twitter giving us a little bit more information is further confirming this for me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a few tweets for you guys here. All of them kind of similar in their own ways, but I wanted to showcase all of them to you guys because they do have some different things stated here and there, but it also shows the importance of this and why I believe that if resolved in the future, XDefiant is going to be really popping, and it not obviously back to where it was day one numbers, but enough to keep the servers online and see this game grow over the years. But to go ahead and start off here, this one is from Mario. Pixel Mark, another comment that will go on deaf ears, but I like gameplay of XDefiant, so I'm going to say it anyway. I think the game needs to have more things for us to do, like challenges to unlock rewards, events, daily login rewards, and prestige. We get XP, but it's useless at the moment. Mark Rubin went ahead and responded saying, all of the things you just mentioned are coming. And the next tweet here by Shadow. Pixel Mark, I haven't played XDefiant in a bit, but have some advice to bring people back. Create more in-game rewards and challenges for people to grind, like in old CODs, grinding for kill medals, challenge calling cards, like 100%, etc. Give more for people to grind/reward. Again, Mark saying that is 100% something we are addressing. And the last tweet here, which, I think is phenomenal. This is really well said, saying, I really believe in Pixel Mark and the Play XDefiant team. I really hope they can pull it together and do something amazing. I just think for now, I'm not interested in playing too much because of a lack of progression, and most skins are super lackluster right now. Still fun though. Again, Mark Rubin, with the same response, we're going to fix that. But ladies and gentlemen, again, I wanted to go ahead and showcase all these tweets because I think it's very important that we really nail this one home for being one of the main reasons why people, in my opinion, are leaving the XDefiant experience. We can all say it's the netcode and the hit reg, but if we're going to be realistic here, it's really not that far behind many other games. I've shown example after example after example. I mean, even Black Ops 6 is having the worst packet burst, and it's no surprise because Modern Warfare 3 was having it as well. It's something that's been there since Modern Warfare 2019. Rainbow Six Siege, Apex Legends, all these games still have severe problems from time to time that obviously need to continuously be fixed. But I don't think that alone could really scare people away unless they were just, like I said, really butt, or they have a rough connection, because that's another alternative. Like I said, it's either option A, they're really, I don't want to say bad players, but they're trying to sweat, they're getting whooped, and they got to go ahead and say they're lagging every 5 seconds. Or option B, they live in a certain location where the servers just aren't as good, which is literally a complete possibility. You might live somewhere in the world where Ubisoft just simply does not have servers that are close enough to you, where you will be literally party with horrible ping all the time, this, that, all of the above, which is horrible. It sucks. And again, we can see improvements for that. If this game thrives and Ubisoft does want to improve upon that and add more servers, maybe we can, get that to a better spot. But that is a realistic possibility. And it sucks. It really does suck for the people who run into that. But that is one of the reasons why, again, the netcode can be an issue. But down to the core of the game, I truthfully don't think that those things alone could, absolutely destroy this experience. I really do think that it comes down to just the lack of things for casuals to do. People like me, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I love to just simply play the game. I've been doing that ever since the beginning of Call of Duty, like Call of Duty 4, World at War, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2. I simply just enjoyed the games because I enjoyed the games. Even some of the newer COD games with all these crazy camo grinds, I don't go for them. I literally don't go for camo grinds. I hop on COD for the variety of weapons, gunplay, and just fun, enjoyable times, getting streaks, popping off, going for those adrenaline rushes, the usual. I like messing around with a bunch of different weapons and just, having fun with the game. not really going into grinds. But again, that is a huge factor for a lot of people out there. Way more than people like me. You know, I'm a very small percent of individuals out there who could just simply hop on the game and want to play the game nowadays. You need something. Well, a lot of people need something to work towards. And I will say, the current camo grind is not too rough. You know, it's still fun to do and grind. But it's not enough progression for, you know, a casual to want to continuously play. It just simply is not. And I feel like it's personally not challenging enough for a lot of these casuals to, you know, want to grind out as well, because that is kind of the competitive edge for a lot of these individuals too. Some people want to compete by, you know, having really intense gunfights and, you know, competing with other players, and some people want to compete by having hard grinds and showing, you know, being a completionist and finishing all the really complex challenges that not everybody can do. People have different ways of wanting to play these games. And I do believe the lack of progression is probably where the biggest decline of XDefiant is held. But this moment right here is where my faith is actually restored, because as we already know, Mark Rubin has addressed all of this stuff, said it's being worked on. And they already told us in the past things like the prestige system and many of these other things like, you know, objective score going towards your weapon and having bomb mode, and all of these other things are going to be introduced within Season 2, along with some really juicy, significant netcode fixes within, you know, pretty much throughout Season 2. You can't really expect it in a singular update, but, you know, over the course of a couple of months, we should probably see major updates towards the netcode. Fingers crossed. You know, I'm staying hopeful for it. I'm staying hopeful for it. But again, this is where my confidence gains for this game, because from the information from Tom Henderson, they have throughout Season 3 to see if they can increase the numbers of XDefiant to see if it's worthy enough to keep the game online, right? That's the current point that we're sitting at here. And if all of these things are going to be incorporated, including some of the suggestions from these other individuals, like, you know, having daily, you know, login rewards, they also hinted at having cool events, maybe seasonal events that could be added into the game to also encourage people to come back. They've also hinted at the cosmetics being extremely rough right now. And also they said that their main priority is making sure the game gets fixed up first before actually diving deeper into cosmetics. But they said they are going to try to, you know, get some really good ones in there later down the road, which will be huge for sales to, you know, get the game more money. But again, all of these things coming in here will really help with increasing the player count again. And the way that I'm currently looking at it is Ubisoft is giving them by the end of Season 3. If by the middle of Season 2, we can get a significant amount of grindable content, adding more things for us to work towards, you know, giving us more weapon camos maybe into the mix, just grindable stuff, a prestige system, that will bring people in 110%. Not the motherload of people, but people will return, most definitely, to try out that content. And if they can get some netcode fixes along throughout the middle of Season 2, right? I feel like there will be a point where we can gain a decent amount of momentum moving into Season 3, right? Not at the end of Season 3, moving into Season 3. If we can get those netcode changes, I'm going to repeat it, if we can get the netcode changes from the beginning of Season 2 to the middle, along with all the things like adding objective XP to, you know, your weapons and adding more camo grinds, prestige system, stuff for people to do besides just, you know, playing the game. Again, I don't mind because I really enjoy the game, but a lot of people need something to work towards, including myself. You know, I wouldn't mind a prestige system. That would really help with, you know, putting in a lot more time. And like that one individual said on Twitter, he made a good point stating that, you know, we're getting a lot of pointless XP. It's true. You know, we're getting a lot of pointless XP that doesn't really go towards anything. Our level keeps going up, but I think a prestige system would add a little spice to that. But if we can get that stuff by the middle of Season 2, that will bring people back into the experience to try it. And then by the next big update, the update that will bring a lot of people in because it's going to be new content, a new faction, you know, all this new hype, Season 3, they will be able to witness all that stuff from the grind. So XDefiant will already have a little momentum built up from people hopping back in because they hear about the prestige system and all that stuff and better netcode. But then all the newcomers hopping with Season 3, hopefully, again, not saying it's guaranteed, but I'm hoping that will add a little explosion, something that could spice up the player count for this game, bring people back into the experience, and once again prove to Ubisoft that this is a game that's worthy to keep up and active. That's all we need. I mean, for the love of God, if For Honor can stay alive and stay active and they'll keep those servers up, this game can, you know, go up and stay active. People just need something to grind. Will it be bigger than COD? No, not at all. but it definitely is a fun game that a lot of people are passionate about, including myself. And after making all this content and following this game for all of this time, I would be devastated to see this game drop. I've built such a fantastic community off of this game, so many awesome people who enjoy this title and have a blast playing it. It will be a bummer if this, shuts down on everyone. So I'm hoping that this will be the point in time, the turning point that will really prove that this game can thrive for at least a decent amount of time, right? A couple of years, a few years, and shoot, if it really pops off, maybe we can go even longer. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys want to check out my live stream, I'm going to be checking out some more Black Ops 6 today, just still trying to get into the groove. I want to, I'm obviously going to be hopping back into XDefiant because I really enjoy the game, but I'm trying to, get as much playtime in as possible because you truly can't judge a game until you actually grind it out. So, I like to actually put plenty of playtime in to really, get a full understanding of it. So if you guys want to, go ahead and check that out, you guys can check out my live stream today between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. You can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.